Chronological Bible in a Year reading, day 83. Today we continued the story of Joshua, and there were some really interesting things we could talk about. But there's two things I want to highlight. The first thing being when Joshua took over, he did what Moses said. He made a copy of the law and he read it in the full assembly. We're going to see this as a practice that the leaders of Israel quickly neglect. But the second thing I want to highlight is a very important person. We met her yesterday, but she is far more important than we realize. When they take Jericho, there's a woman there named Rahab. She's the prostitute who protects the Israelites, who lies about their presence to save them, and then makes a deal for her to be rescued. Now, on the surface, this is a lady who's out to save herself. But we learn that she plays a very pivotal role in Israel and eternal history. If we jump over to the book of Matthew, we are going to see Rahab mentioned again. This is in Matthew chapter 1, the part of Matthew that we love to ignore, the genealogy of Jesus. The genealogy of Jesus can be broken into three triads. The first one, this is starting in verse 2. Abraham fathered Isaac, Isaac fathered Jacob, Jacob fathered Judah and his brothers, Judah fathered Perez and Zerah by Tamar, Perez fathered Hezron, Hezron fathered Aram, Aram fathered Amminadab, Amminadab fathered Nahshon, Nahshon fathered Salmon, and I'm going to pause right there. That's the end of verse 4. Now, Salmon would have been one of the people with Joshua. Salmon would have been alive and involved in the taking of Jericho. He would have been walking the walls, and this is where it gets interesting. Verse 5, Salmon fathered Boaz by Rahab. Boaz fathered Obed by Ruth. Obed fathered Jesse, and Jesse fathered King David. Rahab, this prostitute from Jericho, becomes the great-great-grandmother of King David. She becomes the grandmother-in-law, essentially, of Ruth, who gets her own book. This woman, a prostitute in a foreign land, branched into the people of Israel, becomes direct ancestor to King David, who's an ancestor of Jesus Christ. Reread this part about Jericho if you want, with that idea in mind, that King David's great-great-grandma is at Jericho, but she's one of the people on the inside. And so maybe a question for us today, are there other people like Rahab, people who are BC tier characters on the surface, but have eternal value in Scripture? Who might some of your favorites be? I'd love to hear that in the comments. And I'm looking forward to seeing what comes next here in Joshua. But until then, God bless.